We're ready whenever you are.
Doctor, you can just switch seats with Bob so you can see everybody. You can switch seats with Bob so you can see everybody.
If you guys are okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're sitting here.
Recording in progress.
Can you hear my calls?
Kathy, we're ready. Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the Muskegon County Board of Commissioners Community Development Strategic Plan Committee. Agenda is October 14th. It is now 3 p.m. Call to order and I think a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Seer,
Here.
Commissioner Heavy Wright,
Here.
Commissioner Hughes,
Here.
Commissioner Laring,
Here.
Commissioner Nash,
Here.
Commissioner Pago,
Here.
Chair Skolnick,
Here.
Commissioner Wilkins, Commissioner Brown,
Here.
9 present.
Thank you. Next on the agenda this afternoon is approval of the minutes of August 12th, 2021.
So moved.
Support. Okay. Motion support. All in favor?
Aye.
Next on the, thank you everyone. Next, a public comment on an agenda item. Do we have any public comments on an agenda item at this time?
I don't see anybody online either.
No? Okay.
With their hand up.
Well, thank you. Next item for consideration is CDSP 21/10-31 to authorize the Convention and Visitors Bureau to solicit for a part-time CDD sales executive NX -00275 25.45 an hour to $32.39 an hour to perform sales activities and develop programs for meetings and conventions, sports, and SMERF, which is social, military, education, religious, fraternal markets. So thank you for defining that. So we have a motion and support, and any questions, comments, or concerns? Marcia, Commissioner, will be right.
I didn't hear the support.
Oh,
Did we?
do we have a support?
I made the motion.
You made a motion. I didn't hear a support. Sorry.
We'll assume that.
Oh, we have a support. Thank you.
So my question is, why are we hiring a part-time person? And is the pay comparable to what the full-time person made per hour?
Bob Lukens, Community Development Director. Yes, the pay is comparable. The reason we're starting with a part-time person is because there still is uncertainty in the meetings market. So planners are still a bit hesitant to book meetings. We're seeing more activity. That's why we want to start again with a salesperson. We had to lay off our salesperson. I think it was in probably August of last year. And, at that time, the sales in the meetings and conventions market just wasn't happening. So
Mr. Lukens, this is not an additional person. It's someone that's replacing someone.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Pago.
Is this the person you laid off not wanting to come back, or were they offered,
the
or?
person that we laid off has another position.
Okay.
Yes, Commissioner.
No, I have some concerns about hiring somebody with county money to work in, as you said, meetings and conventions. Because the convention center does not belong to the county. The proceeds don't go to the county. That belongs to a private individual, and why aren't they hiring it instead of us?
They do have a sales team. The convention center has a sales team that works with the CDD sales team. We work together to bring and attract events and conventions to the area to utilize our convention center. The method to pay for the convention center is to put the heads in the hotel rooms. And to do
It's
that,
really not our responsibility.
Nope.
I don't think.
the CDD works very closely with the convention sales department, the convention center sales department, to attract these meeting planners to the area. Oftentimes, meeting planners will ask for will present proposals to us that will ask for hotel rates at other hotels, not only our convention center hotels. We also have the group tour market that we work with. These are motor coaches and other groups, student groups, religious groups that come into the area that may not necessarily be using the convention center, that we try to put in other hotels, really all the hotels in the area.
Because I was under the impression that, well, that you told us that the hotels are booked solid from May to October.
During the summertime, they are booked.
And after that, I mean, a lot of our attractions aren't really accessible.
Some.
And that was it, right? Some of them are. It just seems like they should be doing that themselves, not the county paying for that.
Well, that's the time that we need them most in
We
the
don't need
shoulder
them.
season.
But the hotels need it.
Well, the community needs them. The businesses need them. The restaurants, the
But
attractions.
that's not really our job either, is it?
As a convention and visitor bureau, yes, to attract that business into our area. That's what tourism is about. It's bringing people into the area to spend their money here at our businesses here and attractions.
Yes, come in.
How many counties participate in the convention and visitor bureaus? Would you say out of the 83 counties, actually they're a major stakeholder in the community?
Well, there are about 60 convention and visitor bureaus in the state. And often their funding comes from counties, like in Kent County, for instance, they have, that's the Grand Rapids area. They have a number of different taxes that are imposed upon visitors that use the hotels there and, to help fund the convention centers. There are about 6.
Can I rephrase my question?
Sure.
How many counties have a general fund expense to support the Convention and Visitors Bureau?
None. Ours is not a general fund expense.
It is not. Where does the funding come to support?
Accommodations tax.
So, but where is this position being paid for?
Accommodations tax.
But the accommodations tax is what's paying for the convention or the convention center.
Correct.
And that's already a shortfall. It doesn't match the payments to the bond payment.
At this point, it is, we have a reserve.
Commissioner Nash, you had a question.
Yeah, and I think I agree with, and I support Bob in this because we do benefit through the accommodations tax, which helps the community by building that tax base that we're able to use to continue community development. Like you said, the accommodation tax pays for some of the building projects. It also pays for the person who is running this. And that continues to help us. And my recommendation is that we have a brand new convention center that we need to try to fill up. It's a great time for whoever is the liaison from the SMART committee to talk with the SMART committee about meeting down here so that they can meet and then they can see that they come, they spend money. It's a great time to talk with Matt, which matter of fact, I had mentioned to the director about a year ago that we wanted to try to time something up so that they could come in and bring back a MAC convention to Muskegon. And that can help support Muskegon and bring in those funds. So we just have to be innovative and find out different ways of doing that. But I think also too, this is part of what the Convention and Visitors Bureau does. And this is what this person would do. And it just continues to help the community and help us in economic development.
Commissioner Skolnick, you had a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I honestly don't understand how anybody could object to this because it's funded by that accommodations tax, which the hotels pay to help promote their businesses. And it just, the whole thing makes sense. The time to market is not only when things are bad, but when things are good. Actually, you should double down when things are good. This is not a general expense item. The local hotels, 2 downtown hotels, agreed to pay collect an additional 2 or 3%. I don't remember what the number was.
Yes, that's a 4% assessment.
An additional 4% assessment to help cover the expense of the convention center. And that additional expense was only on the Shoreline Inn and the Marriott, which actually put them at a competitive disadvantage compared to the other hotels. So this, I don't know how you could
Yeah.
not think this was a good idea.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Scully. I think as chair, you had brought this to our attention. I think it was a reasonable request to come to the committee at motion review, and that it was a part-time and that the benefit outweighs some of the negative things. Commissioner Moran, you had a question?
So I am still opposed to this item with even the debate, but I want to correct something. We, this county commission and the residents of Muskegon County don't own the convention center. It belongs to the city of Muskegon. If they want to put the extra money and pay for a part-time employee, my district isn't receiving benefit from Visitors Bureau money coming into the hotels in Fruitport or Ravenna or Sullivan. And and right now the bed tax isn't even paying the bond payment on this, on the convention center. It came in over budget and was underfunded to start with. I don't see this as being a county expense. I can recognize that you commissioners that are within the city that have these hotels and these tourist destinations where you would want county money going that, but for me and my residents, we're not benefiting from this. And I don't know where the payments are going to be made from currently. You've got this convention center that went in over cost, it was underfunded. And ultimately, it's the county's bond and the city benefits. So I'm a no.
Yeah, Mr. Leering, as you recall, we all supported the tax break for Fruitport development. And I think we all need to think, what's the good of the county, not just where I live or where I represent. We have to think countywide, and that's our mission. So I would challenge you to try to find a we here instead of just an I. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Just,
Yes,
if I may, one
Yes,
last comment. I represent the city of North Shore, which pays the same taxes everybody else pays. We get no benefit from the sheriff. We get no benefit from the road commission. We take care of our own roads. We have our own police department. Yet I don't come in here and object and say, I don't think I should pay for the sheriff. I mean, it's all part of the greater good.
Well, so just to clarify, since I'm a commissioner, so we're paying the loan by bringing in revenue from the tax that we receive, right? Is that correct?
Well,
That's correct?
you're asking me a question?
Yes, yes, sir.
So that's correct. If the books actually balanced, the county bonded the convention center,
Right.
which belongs to the city of Muskegon, which a developer is benefiting by operating. There's no benefit to the county,
Only
this board
So
for
is this,
having a convention center.
can I go look at this person as a salesperson and trying to bring in more, generate more business? I guess
Right,
that's the way I
more
look
business
at
and
it.
more
So,
taxes.
Yeah,
It performs sales activities.
we have to remember too, this is not just about the hotels in Muskegon. There are hotels in Fruitport, Whitehall, different areas of this community where they're getting filled up too with the different things that are going on in this community. So it is a full county benefit. We just don't, I mean, there's Airbnbs, there are all types of things that are being enhanced with the different things that are going on in this community. And we just have to remember, I agree with Commissioner Wright that, we have to think county. I used to think back to when Mr. Gill used to be here, and he used to always say, I'm a county commissioner. Even though I'm part of this district, I'm a commissioner for the county.
Thank you. Any other discussion at this time? Okay, seeing none, we'll ask for a roll call.
Commissioner Hughes,
No,
Commissioner Larry,
No,
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pago,
No.
Chair Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
yes,
Commissioner Seer,
No.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes,
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
5 yes, 4 no.
Thank you. That moves on. Item number 6, unfinished business. Do we have any other unfinished business to come to this committee? Seeing none. New business. This will be fun. Resolution to support the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians Casino in Muskegon County. And I really do feel this was brought to my attention to this committee, Commissioner Nash and others and myself. It's basically just a supporting, and I know a bipartisan thing. I know Senator Bumstead has been very active in promoting this. I know there was some mention as far as the amount of jobs. I've had personal meeting with some of these folks, and it's more than just the casino. It's back to developing the tourism for Muskegon County and a destination point. So I'm just bringing this as a resolution. We would need
So
any questions?
Pass or support?
We have support. We have a motion support. Thank you. Any questions, comments, or concerns at this point? Commissioner will be ready.
Yes, so I've been supportive of this since before, actually, I was a state rep, and it was a big issue during my 6 years as a state rep. And so it's been going on a long time, because that was 2011. And it was going on before that. This is something that will really help Fruitport and areas around it, and help with business development and filling hotel beds. And I think that we need to support this.
Any
Mr.
other-
Chair,
Anything that we can do to help.
Do we, yes,
I have a financial situation with this. I have to recuse myself from the
Thank
vote.
you.
Thank
I
you.
understand. Now, I don't want everybody to think I'm a gambler. If I put $1 in a change machine, I get 50 cents back. But I think there's some other benefits to this versus just a casino. Commissioner Nash.
yeah, I'm been in support of this for a very long time. I remember when it was first proposed, probably to us maybe about 10 or 12 years ago. Is that right, Commissioner Cole?
At least
Yeah.
that.
And,
been before
anyway, it was
2011.
brought before us. And if you think Muskegon is really growing and developing now, I think if we were able to get the governor to approve this and they were able to move forward, I think you would probably see twice the growth in this area to what we've seen so far, which would be beneficial not only just for the Fruitport area, but I think the entire sprawl for this whole community is going to be tremendous, and it's going to be a great benefit to us. I do have one recommendation that I have, which is in the second to the last paragraph. And I thought it should be therefore be a resolve that the Muskegon County Board of Commissioners chair, that should say actually be resolved that the bipartisan board of the Muskegon County Commissioners urges governor and Whitman in both houses.
That's
Yeah.
Friendly amendment.
Yeah, that would be, I mean, if that's acceptable.
Yep, support. So we would vote on the amendment at this point.
Commissioner Nash, was your motion?
It was my original
All right,
motion.
so-
I'm just making a friendly
All right,
amendment.
who supported your motion?
Commissioner Hovey, right?
Yes.
Is that friendly amendment acceptable to you?
Yeah.
Yep, you can vote on the as amended.
So thank you. If there's any other no comments, I would take a roll.
Mr.
Oh,
Chair,
yes.
no, looking at this, in the beginning, it says to construct a casino on off-reservation land. Why is that in there? I know it's off-reservation land, but
That's why it's in here. That's why
why
it's
we
in here,
haven't
because it
had
is
it
all
before.
reservation.
Yeah.
This is not, that was not reservation.
no, I know that. I'm just curious why we're rubbing that in.
I guess that's because that's what is considered, and that's part of the problem.
That's why it hasn't been approved yet.
Okay,
Right.
that's
Because we
That's
want them to
what's
know
sorted
that we know it's off reservation land, and we don't care, we want it on it.
Yes.
And I think it was good that what we didn't have in there before, which happened afterwards, there were some efforts in the Detroit area to develop along the way to economic development. And I thought that was key too, because there was some opposition that was opposed to it from the Detroit area.
So,
Talking about how we would impact
Right.
there. And, but I think that that's really nonsense, and it's impacting us to not do it. So I don't see how our market on this side of the state is really going to impact that market that tremendously at all. So
Thank you.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
your Your invited guest from the casino
Oh,
is on.
yeah. If we could get a comment from them, please.
It's up to the board.
Sure.
Yes.
Would that be
Let your-
acceptable with everyone?
Yes.
Ogama
Yeah.
at Hawk.
Could you have them?
I asked him to unmute.
Okay. Sir, you're on. Hello.
Larry, are you there?
You have to unmute yourself.
Larry, can you unmute?
Hear me now?
There he is.
Yes, sir.
We can hear
Thank
now.
you.
Oh, okay. Hey, thank you. Thank you for your time. My name is Ron Sperle. I'm a tribal member of 3830 from the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians. And I just appreciate everything that you guys are doing in support of the resort. A little bit about myself. I'm kind of a serial entrepreneur. And I'm really excited to be a part of Muskegon. I set up an office for my nonprofit, actually, as we feel that everything's starting to move forward. We set up a nonprofit right there across the street from the post office. I actually live in Wisconsin, but I'm back to the tribe. I communicate with the tribe all the time because I sit on the board for the Economic Development Corporation for Little River. And we have a lot of great things happening. But I just want to share my personal view with you, if I may. Kind of a serial entrepreneur. I own multiple companies, and I'm really excited. I plan on investing into Muskegon County quite a bit. And my hope is that I was talking with my leadership the other day. My hope is that we'll actually one of my companies, we would actually be the builder for the resort, because my company, myself, I'm bondable up to like 1.5 billion, and I'm coming to the tribe to actually help finance the entire project for them. And my overall goal, you guys, is to help redevelop Muskegon, and I think it's a beautiful area, and I'm really excited about it. I live across the lake from you guys in Wisconsin, right across the lake, just north of Milwaukee. And but again, I'm in West Michigan all the time, and I'm really excited about it. Became really good friends with Mr. Brown, and I'm actually presenting. I hope to present even in Muskegon County. One of my other companies actually provided some medical service, occupational health services to the county. And I also have a pharmaceutical company. We're doing some major opportunities that I'd like to bring into Muskegon County. So again, I guess I'd like to be a resource for you to help redevelop Muskegon along with my tribe. So really excited to be here and be part of it. So
Thank you, Ron, for your comments and some clarification. I don't know if maybe a commissioner may have a question for you, or would that be appropriate? Or
I just want to make a comment. I do know there's also a strong family connection to Muskegon County through the Little River Band, and they have always been. You guys have always been big contributors to Muskegon and supporting the community in multiple ways. And I'm just hoping that continues, and I'm looking forward to how that can transpire and help this community even more in the future.
Absolutely. We're all part of, I sit on the board for the economic development, and with our divisions of Odono and building more homes in the area. We look forward to continue to do that year over year.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And, we'll move on. So, thank you.
Now I have a final
Yes.
comment
Yes,
if
sir.
I may. I hope this is the last time the board does this. These resolutions, supporting a resolution for the casino, give me great consternation.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you.
The issue, I don't support casinos. My personal beliefs are opposing casinos, but my constituents are wildly in support of this. And so every time these resolutions come up in support of the resolution, I see you laughing, Charles. They caused me consternation because I'm torn between my personal beliefs and what my constituents seem to want. And this is probably one of the most difficult votes every time this comes up. I know you don't probably care or think it's funny. But I don't, this is one of the hardest things I have to vote on this board. And I hope this is the last time we do this.
Yeah, and it came to my attention, and I've been my biggest goal is to make sure that Muskegon County is a destination place and that we have a convention center. I use the analogy, if you're in, even your wife were in another part of the country and you said, let's go to Muskegon or Traverse City or someplace, you would probably pick the latter because whether it happens to be restaurants, casinos, and also we got this convention center, which I'd like to have also alternative places to go. So I think it just makes a lot of sense. So anyways, thank you. And I sorry if there's any
They all have
confusion or
those, yeah.
complicate your thing, but you're used to that, so that's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't laughing at you. I was kind of giggling because everybody, I've got people in my district who don't want the casino, but I also have people that do want the casino. I just think that the majority of people are really interested in it. And I understand that because, there's mixed feelings too. Some people believe in it, some people don't. But we have to deal with it one way or the other. But I look at the overall benefit as being bigger than that.
Yeah, and I'm, when we first brought this up, I mean, I think there was a number here, but we're talking a lot of construction jobs, a lot of residual jobs that's going to come to the community.
And stay here.
And that's
restaurants.
really at the end of the day, that's where I'm at on this. So thank you. I appreciate your comment. That's what these are for, sir. Yes.
I'd like to bring this up a couple more times.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Thank you. You can do with it, Commissioner.
I knew that was coming.
Whatever you will. Thank you.
Wait, what was my name?
You can, Bob can bring that up at one of your committee meetings. So I'll make that motion. Anyways, at this time, thank you for the discussion. This is what it's about, and it should be healthy. And thank you. And there was a lot of questions and concerns. So thank you for everyone for your comments. I would like a roll call vote.
Commissioner Larry,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Chair Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
No.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Brand,
Yes.
I'm sorry, you should be last. Commissioner Laring,
No.
6 yes, 2 no.
Yes,
Thank
Commissioner.
you. Appreciate it. Next on the agenda, public comment. Do we have any other additional public comments? Final board comments. Any other final board comments at this time? If not, I get to use the gavel from Mr. Skolnick, and I will call this meeting adjourned. You want to take a 5-minute break?
Why?
5, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go right into it.
No, why?
25 minutes were used in several
All
hours.
right. Thank you.
I have to stop the recording.
I'll stop drinking water.
And I
Kathy, let me know when you're ready.